Greetings people, my name is Snaptix. Today's video is just going to be a bit of a short one with some tips and tricks and some things that I have found that are just really helpful, or some things that are just super good for quality of life stuff. If you weren't aware, I do have a new Discord that I made. It's a Discord for fans of the channel, which means you'll be able to go in there, say hi, you'll be able to click on some of the links. I do have a lot of links in my videos to different topics and different informational stuff on the database and such, and I'll be bunching all the links in there, so you'll be able to easily access all the info that I'm talking about and checking out some very useful things. So you can consider joining the Discord. It is also completely free, unlike what I'm about to talk about next. Before I get into the tips, I'm just going to quickly shout out my new channel membership options. I know it's a bit sellout. For those of you that have watched me for a long time, you will know that I never beg or ask for subscribers or likes or anything like that. I usually let my content speak for itself. But this one time I got a free pass from my friends who told me that it was okay to sell out a little bit. If you do become a channel member, you will get access to some features on the channel. You will get custom emojis and loyalty badges in the comments and on the channel in general. You will get access to member-only YouTube votes, which means you will have direct influence on some of the videos that I make. And also in the Discord, you will be able to also in there have direct influence on the stuff that I do. I do get a lot of Discord messages, DMs in general, or whispers in game about people wanting me to do different things. Unfortunately, I can't get around to all of it. So if you do have a very burning wish for me to make a certain type of content or video, consider becoming a member, and obviously you'll be able to have a more clear weight and opinion on what to make. You will also get access to priority comments, which means I will be more likely to respond to you, and probably also faster in general, and you will take priority over other people's comments in general. You will also get the ability to play directly with me. So when I do streams, when I do challenges and stuff like that, I'm just going to be pinging my new Discord, and you guys will be able to join my group. I will have a little open group invite session, and it's just the first person to get there is going to get invited. You'll also be able to play with me on streams in the sense that I sometimes do games. You'll be able to join in on GeoGuessr World of Warcraft edition. You'll be able to partake in all these fun little mini games that I plan on doing on the stream as well. So if you're interested in that, you should consider becoming a channel member. Probably the best reason to join the channel membership though, you will get early access to info on things that you can sort of abuse in a sense, which means really good stuff, meta things and such that not a lot of people know about. I do have a lot of expert knowledge on some things, especially gold making guides, and also some leveling and twinking stuff for PvP and stuff like that. Things that are really overpowered that not a lot of people know about. With that being said, I mean, I do hate people who gatekeep stuff. I try not to gatekeep stuff. I try to be as transparent on my channel as possible, which means the videos will eventually get released to the public, but at that point it might get nerfed. Things might change because when the public starts doing things and start implementing the tips and things that I talk about in those videos, it might get nerfed or changed or stuff like that because it does become public info. So if you want to take advantage of some of the things that I know about, consider becoming a channel member so you can make use of it, let's put it that way, before the other general public does. And let me just say, some of the things that I know about are pretty crazy. So yeah, you can consider joining for that purpose. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into why you guys are here in the first place, with the first little quality of life thing being a WeakAura that automatically turns all your cards for you when opening card packs. If you're like me and you sometimes grind a lot of Marks of Ascension in one go, you will have over 200 card packs to open at one time. And this can be very time consuming. It can take over half an hour just sitting there opening card pack, and you will get absolute carpal tunnel in your fingers just from clicking all the cards whenever they do show up. I will put the link to the WeakAura or the pastebin, whatever, in my Discord, and I will also put it in the description of the video if I do remember it. The second tip relates to leveling in battlegrounds. If you didn't know this, whenever you do hit a max level in your bracket, which means if you're playing a battleground from level 20 to 30, once you hit level 30, you don't necessarily have to wait for the battleground to end if you just want to speed level, which means once you're level 30, you can actually click on the little icon, the instant distance icon and click leave battleground, and you will not get a leaver or deserter debuff for you being max level, which means you will be able to instantly queue for another battleground and keep your leveling pace going. That is really convenient when you're trying to save time on your experience pots. The only drawback to this is that you will not be able to get the little satchel with gear at the end of the battleground because you won't be there for the battleground's completion. But if you're just going for XP and you just want to level or prestige as fast as possible through the battlegrounds, that is a very useful tip for just keep on going with the prestige run. The third tip that I'm going to be talking about is if you run out of your Heartstone, let's say you're traveling all around the place and your Heartstone's all cooldown, or you just want a fast teleport to the main city, you can join a Mana Storm and intentionally fail it, and that will teleport you to the Mana Storm section of your main capital city, and you will only get like a little 2-minute debuff timer where you cannot enter another Mana Storm. But that is pretty much an instant teleport to a capital city if you do not have your Vanity Heartstones up, or if you do not have Vanity Heartstones in general and your main Heartstone is on cooldown. The fourth tip for this video is, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but whenever you do try to pick up quests from the call board, you don't actually have to walk all the way over to the call board. All you need to do is just mouse over the call board from actually a decent distance away, and then you can right click and start accepting quests without even being near the actual call board itself. That is very useful if you don't want to go into the big mass of people standing on Chromie and trying to hide the little vendors and whatnot, all of these weird things. Or if you don't want to get too close because it dismounts you and you're just in a hurry, you can actually just click the call board from quite a big distance. The fifth tip for this video is buffs do not count down when you're locked out. So if you're poor in the game and you don't have enough gold to buy, or you can't afford more potions, this is a very neat trick to save you some potion time. You can just remember to log out, do whatever thing you have to do, and then come back, and the potion won't have ticked down. If you just go AFK somewhere in a corner, in a battleground for example, you will probably get AFK reported, but besides that, your potion will also tick down. Another quality of life thing that you can do is, you know those bags that you get from battlegrounds and other activities such as dungeons and whatnot? Those chests are realm bound, which means you will be able to prestige, and then you will be able to open them for your next run. So if you do a full run of battlegrounds and you just keep collecting those little satchels, if you want to try like a min-maxed twink run where you just have the most overpowered gear because you just got a lot of talents and you just want to wreck some face, you can save them for your next run and then just start opening them during that run, so you will always be overly stocked up on gear. You can just open and save as many as you want. I will say though, for the Mana Storm crates that you do get, they only last for a day, but crates that you get from the battleground completions itself, they should last forever. So that's a neat little trick for always staying on top on the gear department. Another tip that's really good for when you're farming your marks of Ascension, if you have a lot of alts like me, one of the most free and easy way to get marks is by doing your dual daily quests. And you can do these in just a couple of minutes if you do have a friend or you just meet someone outside the gates of either Stormwind or Orgrimmar. The tip here, however, though, is making macros to be able to duel and concede super fast so you can get through your duel dailies without actually having to do the duel. The macros are pretty simple, and I do believe that most people have these macros, but just in case that you don't, these are a really good quality of life macro to use if you are a new player as well. The macros themselves are pretty simple. You just make a /concede one to concede the duel quickly, and you make a /duel to request a duel super quickly. Also, it's worth mentioning that if you do concede the duel, it's the other person that gets the credit and vice versa. So if the other person is the one to concede the duel, you are going to be the one that gets credit. As far as I know, both players cannot get the credit at the same time. So when you're done helping somebody else, you know, you can kindly ask them to do the same for you. The last little quality of life tip that I have for you guys is not something that I've personally tested. I've witnessed it work with the one ability, but I haven't tested the difference. But if you do farm Mana Storms, you will be able to pull the entire dungeon and, you know, just run straight to the boss, and then you'll be able to use the altered vanish, which means not the regular vanish, but the ability called Into Darkness. And again, I haven't tested this, the difference between the two, but I've been told that normal vanish will not work in mana storms for some unknown reason. But if you do go with Into Darkness, you will be able to drop combat and just focus on just killing the boss without having to die to the entire trash pack that you're pulling with you. I do believe also Feign Death works, but other things such as Mage Stealth and stuff like that, I do believe that does not work. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, or if you have tested this, but this could be a pretty good quality of life stuff if you're just grinding mana storms on repeat in the gulag. That's pretty much all I had for the tips in the video. I do want to say though that I started streaming in the weekends. It's maybe not going to be every weekend, but it is something that I would like to do, start streaming a little bit more on this platform. The first stream that I did, we almost had 30 concurrent viewers at one point, which was you know, that's pretty insane to me, honestly. I didn't even expect half that many people to tune in at once. So that was a big success. We had a lot of fun. I invited Goon on to play some World of Warcraft GeoGuessr, and this weekend I'm going to probably be challenging Perkrigger to some GeoGuessr gameplay, and we'll see how he fares against me. I'm probably also gonna start doing some tier lists and start talking a little bit more about some meta things and my opinions on the season and different builds and such. So if you're into that kind of content, feel free to, you know, tune into the streams. It's usually Saturdays. I will try to see what I can work with. Sometimes it might be Sundays, but if you're into streaming content, you know, you could consider watching that. Anyways, that's all I had for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.